Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have a book review for you today, and that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries by Heather Fawcett. So this is about a girl named Emily Wilde, obviously, who is making an Encyclopedia of Faeries, obviously. And it is basically about how she goes to this, it's kind of like Norway, Iceland, kind of like coded, at least in my mind. And so she's there, she's very blunt and not very good at reading social cues. And so she kind of gets in hot water with some of the locals, and they don't really like her until her academic rival, Wendell Bambleby, ends up showing up. And that is kind of like where it starts. And now we're just gonna talk about it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on this. I mean, it is a very cute book, but let's be honest, there's not much plot, which is fine. It was totally fine, but yeah. So at one point, Emily is like, I'm 95% sure that Bambleby is a fairy. And I was like, I'm with you, Emily. Like, something weird is going on here. He's very charming. Everyone who meets him likes him. And he's just like, everybody just loves him. And so he kind of has to help Emily like get on good terms with some of the locals. And then I was like, okay, so Bambleby isn't just a fairy, he's also a fairy prince. I was like, plot twist, it wasn't. I'm like, I've read enough fantasy books to be like, oh, he's a fairy, I bet he's a fairy prince or connected to a fairy ruler of some kind. There is like a whole backstory about like how Wendell lost his throne, so I'm pretty sure that's where the further books are going, is him getting his throne back. And like I said, there is very little plot, but it is so charming that I didn't care at all. And I will say that I would definitely recommend this on audiobook. I tried so hard to read with my eyes and got so bored. But then I started listening to the audiobook, and it kind of reads, well, obviously it's like a research paper, but it also kind of reads like a captain's log where, you know, they're speaking into a tape recorder or whatever and like telling you what happened and what is currently happening and things like that. So I would definitely recommend this on audio. The audio is great. And also, the love confession / proposal from Wendell is the funniest thing I think I've ever read, because it is so awkward and like not romantic at all, but like also kind of hilarious and like very on brand. Because like I said, there's not a lot of plot in this book, but it's so cute and charming that I was just like, I'm here for the ride and I'm loving this. And then the only thing I will say about Wendell is that he is not your typical fairy prince. He is no Rhysand, he's no Ezrin or any of the princes from Beast of the Briar. He is very much like very calculating. I would say he's probably more a little bit like Cardan, where he's like, not everything has to result in murder. And because at one point, Emily has been kidnapped, and I was like, where the fuck is Wendell? Like, why is he not, like, hasn't he noticed Emily's gone? Why is he not slaughtering everyone in his path to get back to her? And like, it is explained why. And it's like, because he was like scheming with the villagers to for them to help him get her back and everything. But I had to like kind of like rein it in. I was like, Wendell is not any other fairy prince that you've ever read in a book, especially in like an adult romantasy. But yeah, this book was just very cute and charming. That's why I'm very curious to see how the mystical cat shelter is. I did just unbox that on my channel. I don't know what order I'm going to post any of my videos. It kind of depends on the day and how I'm feeling. But yeah, that was my little short review of Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries, and I will see you guys later. Bye!